Hello everyone, my name is Larseth, and welcome back to episode 6 of our Banished campaign. And in... it's really hard to say, in this episode we're going to do this, because in Banished, sort of, you never know how long things are going to take, necessarily. Things can go by really fast, or things can take ages to do. Like with building and stuff like that, it just depends on how quickly you get resources and stuff like that. So, I have no idea what we're going to do in this episode. We're just playing. I mean, the thing is, this campaign, like, I'm largely not expecting most people to watch it. Because, you know, it's... Not only is it not the sort of thing I normally do, and it's probably quite obvious that it's not the sort of thing I normally do. But not only that, but, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, so to speak. It's, you know... Oh, let's remove our tailor. Like, it's a game for certain tastes, pretty much. So, that probably explains why it doesn't get many views. Who knows? Anywho. Oh dear. One of our stone cutters died of old age. It's quite worrying that we really are not getting a lot of stone from this place. Like, literally, we are not getting a lot at all. Nomads. No way am I accepting nomads. So nomads are actually, like, if you don't know, nomads are, like, pretty bad. Because they're all uneducated. And they normally come in large numbers. So, like, essentially, you get a massive population spike of uneducated workers. It's not like they'll just go into school, because if they're adults, I think only kids go to school in this game. So... you get essentially a load of people who are uneducated, so are a lot less efficient, who come in and they all consume the same amount of food and stuff like that. So it's an absolute nightmare for, like, logistics. Like, there are certain situations in which you would take nomads, like if you were trying to go for a specific goal, like making a city of a certain size or something like that. I know there are plenty of achievements for doing that. Not something I normally do, unless, you know, I'm bored, essentially. What else do we need to do then? So our population should theoretically start growing quite fast. Wow, there should be a population spike. Purely because of the... Oops. Purely because of the number of houses we've just built, there should be at least a small population spike. I'm going to build a marketplace there, I think. Because that covers a lot of where most of our buildings will be. So I'm going to build a marketplace. Because what that'll do is it'll go out to places like here, bring in food from here, bring it to here and store it in a certain amount of it, at least in here. And that'll free up space here, which will mean that these guys, because this is full currently, are going all the way down here. So it'll stop them from having to do such a thing. If that made any sense and wasn't just a complete rambling load of rubbish. Right, so our woodcutters are full. I might put my fuel limit to 1500 though. Maybe not for the moment, though. I just had to build another house there because it was annoying me that there were 4 here and only 3 there. What's our schoolhouse like? So our schoolhouse isn't yet full, which is fine. So we have a bit of capacity there. What about our hospital? We have 0 patients currently, which presumably is good. I was just curious as to what that button did. So I clicked it and I guess it ends up firing people. So there we go. How much more we got left in here? Oh, okay, only a bit of stone. So stone actually we're pretty short on. Short on stone is what we are. How much cabbage have we still got left? Have people eaten all the cabbage? God, they must have been forced. Oh, well done. Is there still a path there? No, there isn't. I'm going to have to cancel this. Okay, no, it still does... Oh, that's confusing. The path and this market's all blend into one, I think. I guess we'll find out when it builds and find out that you can actually get into any of these houses. That would be just my luck. Luckily, we're starting to get, you can see quite a lot of kids being born, and that is as a result of all of these houses being built. So in about 10 years, you can see this child there, child there. So in about 10 or so years, we're going to have loads of, oh dear. Katie was crushed by a rock. Poor Katie. We're going to have a fair few people on our hands. Once all these kids grow up, this looks like an extra 10 or so people. Yeah, because currently we got 9 students, 11 children. Right, so the market is done. Do we want people to go in and work in the market? That'd be a yes, but there we go, vendor. So we'll put 2 people as vendors for the moment. Ideally, we want to start emptying out these storage barns a bit, because they are quite full. And what do we want to do in the meantime with these labourers? I think we probably want to collect a lot of this iron. This unsightly iron. Ooh, there's a little bit there. Yeah, so we'll collect all this iron. We might as well, just because it's nearby. It's a nice little pocket of it there. And then there's a little bit there. Ooh, there's a little bit there as well. Yeah, so we'll just get them to go collect all the iron, because that'll be important a little bit later on. Because we need really to start going towards... Excuse me. Oh, I didn't realise you needed coal for the steel tools. I completely forgot. Okay, well, I guess we won't be doing that anytime soon. Never mind. It's bloody noise. I've got a bearded dragon at the moment. He's running around in his vivarium, scratching at the walls and generally having a bit of a party. So it's making a lot of noise, but I don't think, fortunately, you can actually hear it on here. The microphone's quite sensitive, but not that sensitive. Yeah, so as you can see, storage barn is now 68% full. I mean, it is rising relatively fast, but these are being emptied out, and it's all coming into here. So all of these houses will now start getting their stuff from here rather than elsewhere, which is really useful. Really, really useful. So what do we want to do? We want probably to... what? Build... Can we fit houses in there? Oh, yeah, we can. Are you telling me people are actually walking down here? Whoops. See, that's really annoying. Like, you can't build a path there, but people still insist on walking down the damn thing that way. It's really frustrating, actually. Have they gathered all this? Where are they? Okay, so they've gathered the chunks that were here. Yeah, and they've gone and plonked it in here. What else? Where were the other places I wanted them to gather? It was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, so they haven't got that yet. I probably want to build another stockpile somewhere around here. And let's do that. Probably want to build another stockpile around here somewhere. And another storage barn for when we actually start doing farming a bit more. which I suppose we should probably do now. Or at least sometime soon. We are still quite low on stone though, which is a little annoying. So do we need to put... We probably need to put some more people into stone cutting. Wow, this is filling up quite fast, actually. I'm gonna do that and that. I don't want it all to be really cramped. I want it to be at least decently spaced out. So I'm not going to worry too much about maximizing the space usage. Want it to look pretty. Although I am absolutely awful, like on games like City Skylines, which I play a little bit of, and games like this, basically any city building games, I'm pretty bad at making stuff look good. Like, some people make absolutely stunning looking villages on here, cities and city skylines and stuff like that, and I'm like, wow, I just don't have enough imagination to come up with most of that stuff. Right, we have 8 laborers now, which is nice. We probably want to... Do we want to start farming yet? No, I think I'm going to build these houses. Because I guess the hope is that we have a nice spike in population, and then we'll have... Because at the moment we don't really have spare people. At least I don't think we do. I may be wrong. I probably am. We do need to build a trading post before I forget. And that works perfectly, actually, that location there. But I want to build these houses first, so I'm going to not choose to do that just yet. I'm not sure whether the fact it's winter has any bearing on it, but I believe they seem to be acting a lot more slower in winter, a lot more slowly. English fails me. Right, so we've got 10 laborers now. We'll put 2 of them as builders, just so they can start on this house. How many foresters have we got? Are we at max foresters? No, we're not at max foresters. Then again, we're not really struggling for lumber, so that's not such a bad thing. We probably do want to put have 2 woodcutters. Anyone else we can increase? No, I think everyone else is where we want them to be. Tailor, we'll add a tailor, just because we're... I think it's because the amount of people that we've got growing up and being born is, wow, particularly growing up is why our tailor, or our stock of clothes is going down a bit fast in our tools. Plus, obviously, not everyone is doing something that requires a tool, is I think how it works. I think obviously like farmers and anyone who's doing manual stuff would use a tool. I'm not sure if people like the clerics or the physicians, I don't think they use tools. In this game, at least. Obviously, they do in real life. Right. Builders. So we got 8 laborers now. What do we want to do? Oh yeah, trading post. Let's build a trading post there. And see how that goes. We got enough... Yeah, we got enough resources to do it, so... Good, good, good. We also need to start throwing more people into as stone cutters, because at the moment, you know, we're not really making all that much stone. I thought it made a lot more, personally. I was fairly certain it did. Oh dear, we've lost a labourer to old age. Oh, bless. Our tailor is a widower. Ah. Yeah, so you can upgrade all of your houses to stone houses, so I might do that as we go. Like, once we start getting a bit more stone, because they do require a lot less firewood. I don't know how much it is to upgrade. So, okay, it's essentially just building another stone house again, isn't it? What's that? 24, 40, and 10. So what's the point in that? Like, surely there's no point upgrading unless you're towards the end of the game. You would just build a new house. It costs the same. What's the point? Bring our tailor back. Right, that's all ready to be built. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we want... What do we want? Probably some more stone cutters. I'm going to put a few more stone cutters on. And we'll need some traders, obviously, once this starts up. But then, actually, for the moment, I don't think we will. Or do we? Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Inventory. So I guess what we want is to get rid of stuff we have plenty of. And trade it for, like, something we don't have a lot of. And I would say, personally, try and get stone. Normally, this is really good. Trading posts are really good for getting, like... Well, the whole purpose behind them, I think, is essentially to get new crops and stuff like that. How are these storage barns doing? So that's already at 100%. Wow. Whilst we... Yeah, let's build some more houses. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Lovely jubbly. What else am I apparently building? Oh, nothing. So hopefully, having building all of these houses here will deplete this stockpile somewhat, because it's quite full at the moment. It doesn't appear to be doing all that much, though. Although I suppose because we've got the Forester Lodge here, it's filling that up quite fast. I like this. I think it's going well. So we'll put 2 builders on now, so they can start building the houses. Are there any more... We probably need to build a cemetery at some point. I know if you build it I know if you build your cemeteries large enough, then they... I don't know what the right term for this is, but sort of... They replenish almost. So, like, you have a set space in the cemetery, but after a while, you find that some of the graves disappear. They sort of... I guess the idea is they sort of go in... They get consumed by the ground, and then you can reuse the space. It was a really bad description, but that's essentially what happens. Or maybe that's what we use this... No, but that's quite a lot of trees there, so maybe we don't want to use that. Where to build this cemetery? Because we're going to have to start expanding in this direction, aren't we, at the moment? I think. Because we don't have a huge amount of room left. Can we maybe build a tunnel? Let's build a tunnel through there. We want to create a lot of interconnectivity between our... various areas, so it makes it easier for people to travel around and other bits and pieces. And that should connect nicely like that. There we go. Right. All coming along swimmingly. So now we have 12 children. Again, we need to ensure that our food production is increasing. So, I'm actually going to chuck a bunch of people as farmers. Or 4 farmers, just because I want to see if you can get a haul of cabbage in. Or maybe it'll only start in early spring. And now it's like normal spring. Oh no, they appear to be doing stuff. Good, good, good. And we just had a spate of deaths as well. Quite a few people died. Did our builders just build? Our builders are all done. Our woodcutters. Let's get rid of both of our woodcutters. Oh yeah, they were building this, weren't they? We need 10 more stone. It's taken them forever. But there we go. God. Oh well, save us waiting. We actually just got a massive glut of children being born, so we've got 16 kids now, so we're definitely going to have to rely on this farming to get us a little bit of extra food. I'll end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you in the next one. Take care.